Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Awesome. Well, today we're taking a look at this piece called The Eraser from this platform called, it's more like a personal blog, I guess. And yeah,
Sounds intriguing. What's it all about?
so it all starts with this like super simple question from the author's daughter, right?
Mm.
And it ends up sparking this whole reflection on grace and mercy.
Okay, I'm hooked already. What was the question?
Well, the daughter's telling this story about her friend, right? Her friend gives her this eraser, but then keeps wanting to like touch it, you know?
Oh, I see.
And the daughter's just like, why? Why would you want to touch something you already gave away?
Yeah. It's like that feeling of, I don't know, maybe a little bit of regret or attachment.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe a little bit of seller's remorse. And that simple question, that's what sets the author off on this whole journey. It's really kind of wild.
So where does the author go from there?
Well, they start imagining this dialogue
Hmm.
between like grace and mercy, you know?
Oh, interesting.
Like personifying these concepts of grace and mercy. And it's all based on the daughter's story with the eraser.
Right, right.
So like Grace, she's like, ooh, new eraser. This is mine. Yeah. All excited,
Yeah.
right? And then Mercy is kind of like on the other side, well, I had it, but now I don't.
Hmm. I see where this is going. Kind of a bittersweet situation for Mercy.
Yeah, totally. And it gets even more interesting. Like Mercy asks to just look at the eraser again.
Oh, wow.
And Grace, she's like, wait, what are you doing? This is mine now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Mercy just walks away saying nothing.
Ooh, that's loaded.
Right. Like, what does that even mean?
Exactly. It leaves you hanging. It's like even in this simple interaction between, these personified concepts, you've got this complexity of emotion.
Totally. And the author even brings up these questions like, is Grace being, ungrateful by even asking? Or is Mercy showing regret? Like, did she make the right call giving it away?
Fascinating. It makes you think about like the unspoken dynamics in any kind of giving or receiving, even with something as small as an eraser.
Right. And then the author starts to wonder if these problems, like these unsolvable problems, exist even in the world of children.
It's true. Kids experience these things too, even if we don't always realize it. They have their own complex emotions and relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's this like shift, right? Grace, she actually offers to share the eraser.
Wow. That's really generous.
Yeah. It's like she recognizes that Mercy might still have some feelings for it, you know?
It's almost like she senses the underlying emotion behind Mercy's request to look at the eraser.
Yeah, yeah, like she's extending this understanding, you know. And then the author starts to dig into this idea of how grace and mercy are kind of intertwined.
That's a profound point. They're not separate concepts, but
Yeah.
rather they feed off of each other.
Right. Like maybe Grace's question actually prompted some self-awareness in Mercy, and Mercy saying nothing. Maybe that encouraged Grace to just kind of like move forward.
It's a beautiful way to think about it, like acknowledging those feelings of attachment or regret, but also recognizing the importance of moving on and not getting stuck in the past.
Exactly. And the author makes this observation about human nature, like we're so often driven by this need to win, to come out on top. But this kind of understanding, this grace and mercy thing, it takes a lot of selflessness.
Absolutely. It's about stepping outside of our own ego and recognizing the humanity of the other person, their struggles, their
Yeah.
emotions.
And the author, they actually connect this back to their own life. They see themselves as a beneficiary of divine grace and mercy.
Yeah.
Like they talk about how without it, they might still be stuck in the past, holding on to old hurts.
It's a powerful testimony to the transformative power of grace and mercy.
It really is. And it allows them to continue sharing these stories, these
Yeah.
reflections, which, brings us to the dedication. They actually dedicate the whole piece to their daughter for the grace and mercy she's shown them.
Wow. That's really touching. It brings the whole thing full circle back to that simple interaction that sparked this whole reflection.
Yeah, it really does. And it got me thinking, about all those times we've given something away and then maybe had second thoughts or received something and sensed the giver's like lingering attachment. I don't know, maybe this deep dives, maybe it gives us a new way to approach those situations.
I think so. It's a reminder that we're all human with complex emotions, and that grace and mercy are not just abstract concepts, but active choices we can make in our everyday interactions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Choices that can ultimately lead to deeper understanding, stronger relationships, and maybe even a little more peace. So next time you find yourself in one of those situations, remember the erasure. Think about grace, think about mercy, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find a way to navigate it with a little more, well, with a little more of both.
Beautifully said. I think we can all take that to heart.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We'll see you next time.
See you then.